Welcome to Off the Record. Tonight you are with Aaron Mashano as the host, and we're very, very honored again to have one of Ndola greats. His name is Mr. Anthony Katongo, who has worn many, many hats, first as Ndola Mayor and later as a DC or District Commissioner, guiding communities and shaping public service along the way. But beyond these titles, he's also a great man. I like to call him father. We go even way back, even when I was young. So I'm really honored to have someone like him with such a rich history here on the show, and looking forward to sharing some of his full lessons around family, values, and obviously who the man is behind the title. So, Mr. Katongo, thank you very, very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
No, very honored, very honored. So before we start, I would love to offer you a cup of coffee. It's I know you like it black.
Yeah, I like black.
Okay, so do you mind if I pour it for you?
Please, I would appreciate that.
I'll be honored. Thank you. So maybe as I'm pouring the coffee, we can maybe start a little bit for the audience who don't know you. So maybe who is Mr. Katongo and how did his story start? I know you've been in Ndola for a long time, but how did your story start?
Yeah, my story started, I was born in 1962, somewhere in Kasama, but grew up in Ndola.
Okay.
You know, in those days, maybe when one is expecting, they have to go to the village to give birth, and then you come back here. Yeah, but I grew up here in Ndola. Ndola has been my town, and this is a town which I think I love. I think this city loves me also.
Yes,
for me to have the privilege of serving it as its mayor and also as a district commissioner, I'm so grateful for that.
Wow.
So I'm a Ndola man, went into school in Ndola and started working here in Ndola and did my business here in Ndola. So everything about me is Ndola.
Wow.
So
wow.
I love this city.
Yes.
And I always feel that I need to do something for it. Mm-hmm. That's why every time I have an opportunity to serve, I really want to do my best in that short period I'm given, because I love this city.
Yeah.
Apart from being in public service, I also run a business called Homelink Property Limited. Homelink Property Limited is a real estate agency firm, and from there we do real estate agents, property management, and property development. 2 years ago, we diversified. We went into hospitality business. We are now running Homelink Apartments.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, if you're going on the highway opposite Northrise University on Kito Road, on the left-hand side, we have got 10 apartments which we are running, the one-bedroom apartments. So that keeps me busy. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think I was going to dive into that, and we shall definitely get into the story behind the real estate and how you got into it. But back to your childhood, I didn't actually know you were born in Mukoshi.
No, Kasama.
Kasama.
Yeah.
When you came into Ndola, what was Ndola like growing up? Was it what you see now? What's changed? And how was the landscape?
Actually, you can say I came here, because I came here as a baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
so maybe about 2 years or 1 year.
Yes.
So everything about me has been here.
Okay, gotcha.
I saw a city, I've grown up in the city when it was functional. Mm-hmm. Everything, the systems were okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we had good roads, good services in everything which was there. I grew up in a township called Masala. And at that time, Masala was very, very clean, a very good township. We had good roads, everything was okay. The sewer system was functioning perfectly well. If a sewer system gets, you have a blockage of a sewer system, you just have to go and report at the local authority offices in Masala, and they will come running and fix it. That's how effective the system was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we had bins in the community in Masala. Okay, we had bins in there, and we had, you cannot go anywhere walking around and throw litter. No, that was not there. Yeah, so when I see over a period of time, things have not been good, that saddens me. And sometimes I wonder, why is this situation like this? Is it the population has grown, and as the leadership, we have not been able to provide other services to meet this population? Because I'll tell you one thing, if I go back to Mashano, a township which I love so much, and that's a township I served as a councillor also.
Okay.
We had your property, you had even, they used to call it Ulunsonga, the age, okay? And everybody used to clean up that place every morning. I remember my mother used to clean up that. But over the period of time, because we didn't open up more land where people can go and build. Today you go there, people have built Utma cabins all over. And that has caused a lot of pressure on the system, on the sewer system, and other services also. We should have been opening up more land where people can build. And the local authority, when council sold houses, they should have built even more houses and give it to the community. It's good to have people building their own houses. That's very, very good. Property ownership is very good. But also, the council has also a role to play by giving affordable houses.
Yeah.
So that's one thing which has really not made me very happy.
Yeah. So when you, and this is curious, just to link it, just to be clear. So you went and worked there as a councillor to try and remedy. What were some of the challenges you had to try and fix some of the problems you're saying, say in Masala specifically?
Yeah, so in that time, for one to be the mayor of the city, first you have to be elected a councillor.
Correct.
It's not the way it is now when the city elects you. The citizens of the city elect you. So at that time, you have to come from a certain council, and then you come into the council, the councillors have to elect you.
Yep.
Okay. So at that time, I think when I went into, maybe let's talk about the council, when I became the mayor there, one of the things I'm proud that we had been able to achieve in that time, because I went in there, we found about 19 months salary arrears. The council didn't. Yeah, wow. The council didn't have vehicles. Some certain infrastructures were not in place. But working as a team between the councillors and management, we came together, and I think we formed a very, very good team at that time. We had the town clerk, Mrs. Charity Mpande. That time we formed a very good team with very good councillors who were there. They were very, very good councillors, because at that time we had councillors, some of them who were coming from the corporate world. I would mention people like Peter Chepeshi, who was some senior man in some private sector. Mr. Gondwe, they're coming up from very high positions where they were working, and they decided to come and serve. Okay. Yeah, so, and a couple of other, even the young ones, even the current mayor, we were with him. Okay. So he comes from that far. He was my councillor. So we had a very good team, and we worked together as the management and the councillors. And we were able to sort out those salary arrears in about a year. We were able to buy equipment for the council. We were able to buy vehicles. I think at one time we bought 25 vehicles at one time, using our own resources generated from the city. Okay. The other challenge the council had was to employ qualified people, because no one was interested in working for a company where you're not getting paid on time. But when things were improved, we were able to attract very qualified people. We had engineers coming to work for the council, lawyers were coming there, qualified accountant, even management. People came through there.
I heard you talk about people coming into the public sector, coming from private sector. Is that something that you think is a value add when it comes to standing in these positions of trying to make a community impact, or do you feel like it doesn't really make a difference?
No, it does make a difference. We are going to have elections soon. My thinking is that we needed to have a cross-section of people coming on board, not just people coming from political parties.
Got it.
Because you see, sometimes you can elect me to be a councillor because I'm a very good party person there. The party believes I've done very well in the community.
True.
Badi Bombasana, but then they want me to go in the council. It's a different ball game when you go there, because in the council you are managing issues there. Yeah,
it's almost like running a business.
It's a business. You are the board of directors, and the management there will give you reports. This is what we want to do, and then you must be able to advise them. So, bringing people from the corporate world adds value, in my view. It adds value, and I think even political parties must reach out to other people to say, come.
Yeah.
So that missing link where we have, because you see, people can go into the council not knowing what goes on there, and then when it starts working, when they start asking what to do, things if you're from council, can shift.
It's not what I thought.
Yeah, it's not what I thought.
Yeah, true.
So you need the people bringing from the private sector.
Gotcha.
Yeah, even those who have served in government, they've got we've got a lot of people in this country, very, very experienced
very
people.
capable.
Yeah.
Now we'll come back and circle back on the political side of what you've done. But one thing I did for my research, I realized you were, was it DC or Mayor around the 2020, going into 2021 when the COVID hit?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
how was it, and how was it for you? Because I was somewhere else, and I was coming from Asia where the pandemic was coming and we didn't know what was happening. But you are now in a new position. I think it was around June you got appointed, or March, June, somewhere there. And then you started dealing now with the COVID testings and all that. So what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, so I was appointed in February.
February, yeah.
2020.
2020, just before 21, when COVID hit, yeah.
And you can imagine the first thing which gets on your table, you're sorting out COVID issues. You have to lock down the bars, you have to do this.
Wow.
I think that was not easy. That period was something else, because I'll tell you one thing, we had our medical staff and everybody trying to do their level best to try and see how do we mitigate on this disease. But you could tell that they're also learning on the job as it was going. Okay? No, start wearing masks, everybody goes in the mask. No, start social distancing, everybody. No, let's do this, let's do that. You have to have lockup. We set up some isolation place in Masaiti there. Okay. People were, if you are sick, you are shunted there, and it was very, very sad.
Wow.
But I think we managed it very well. The community, first the citizens of Ndola responded very well. I think we had a few guys who didn't want to observe or adhere to what the government was trying to do, but there were a few people who would want to stay out late and drink. But otherwise, people adhered to what the government was trying to do. The business community came up. We had to reach out to them. They donated a lot. The Somalian community, I must be able to commend them. They did a lot of work, because I think they were the first people who had responded, whom I reached out. The elders there, and they came on board.
Wow.
We fumigated most of the public places, prisons, hospitals, because they donated a lot of equipment. They brought in their vehicles to run around. Yeah, it was a very, very tough period, and you could see that it took most of what time, because there are times when you go to the office and say, "Oh, you're not supposed to be working full time." There will be, you have to have a certain group must work, the other group mustn't work. And in Zambia again, people don't believe in say we are going to work from home. When you say work from home, it means that you even switch off the phone. So if you are needed,
you're inaccessible.
I've been told to stay away.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a challenge that we had there, but COVID was something else.
Behind the title, behind the prestige, they're hiding secrets, struggles, and stories untold. Meet the faces you know, but what about the people behind the masks? Who are they? Off the record.
For me to have food, it was a problem.
I was out of school for a year. I went to do some piecework, very long piecework.
My career didn't start all rosy. Of course, started on a faster note at some point. I've never drank in my life. I tried once and I was a bit noisy.
Yeah.
So I decided.
the end of it.
Yeah, I decided no, I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
I'm one of those few that after completing grade 4, I only stayed for 5 months and I was already in tertiary education.
The question came and I said I want to be president. I was laughed at.
I just wanted people to understand the implications or the things that happen when one is about to have a stroke.
And I want to confess that at one given time, I nearly crucified myself.
The journey, the struggles, the triumphs, it's time to get real. From the operating room to the boardroom, from the podium to the pulpit, we're going off the record. Unfiltered, unscripted, unforgettable. How did you find it? Because I know you mentioned, and we'll get to your story on your real estate business very soon, but you had mentors along the way. But did you have, say, influential people in your childhood or growing up that helped you prepare for this huge global pandemic, really? And you're in a leadership position where maybe you were expected to have all the answers. So how challenging was that leadership transition? I think that's what I was getting at, because I could imagine as a business owner in 2021, I found it difficult, but what more, you are running a city.
Yeah.
So what were the challenges that you had, and is there anything you could draw from your childhood that maybe helped prepare you for that really challenging position that you took on at the time? Because I'm sure you weren't campaigning for it.
Yeah, and I tell you, it was very, very challenging because you've just settled in. And
You're fresh.
You are supposed to chair epidemic preparedness committee meetings.
Imagine.
And this is a team of technocrats. You are there now, you are the one
And no
chairing.
manifesto. Yeah. Wow.
And then they're giving you briefings on what is going to happen.
Wow.
And then I think, what are we going to do?
What was that like?
Yeah. But that was good. Again, we working as a team in everything what we're doing, because we had a very, very good team of the doctors that were around. They were doing a fantastic job, both from the province, the district, even the Central Hospital, at the Davidson Hospital there, the clinics. Everybody was ready. We used to have meetings almost like maybe every 2 days, and the meetings were so. A meeting can be called within an hour, and everybody will convey and have that meeting, and decisions are made.
But it was remote, or you had to meet?
Sometimes you have to be physical.
Yeah.
Most of the time it has to be physical, but you see, you would be physical, but with a social distancing in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think coming from a background, he told me, coming from a background of, I've always been like, in some leadership position, if I may put it like that, because even when I was young, I used to be a school prefect at school, at Masaya Secondary School. I was a leader in the Interact Club.
I'll get to the Rotary soon.
At church, I would have the leadership roles at church. I'm still young. And so you're always coming up in something where you have been given responsibilities. And when you are given responsibilities, the prayers are that you must do it. You should not fail people, because the people trust you. And by God's grace, you are the one who is sitting in that position. Even when I was like district commissioner, I think there were so many other people who would have sat there. Because, the position of district commissioner, you don't even apply for it.
How does it actually work? You're just invited to the post.
You're just appointed.
No credentials. No, it's that one.
I'll tell you how I got this position. I'm busy running my own real estate business, and that time I had some issues with Ministry of Lands. And I'm coming out from Ministry of Lands, and I check on my phone, and they say, "Oh, the district commissioner have been appointed." And then on the PF platform, WhatsApp group, there's these messages coming, congratulations and what.
You were not briefed.
I don't know anything about it. Maybe there's another Anthony Katongo they must be talking about.
Yeah.
And I left the office. By that time, people start now calling you. But you haven't got an official...
It hasn't sunk in, nothing.
No, there's no official communication.
Sure.
You're talking about government. Government, it doesn't talk about... Appointments are not verbal. There must be a letter. So up until now, there's that anxiety now start building up because people are calling you, congratulating you for something which you don't know.
You thought it was a scam or a gimmick or something.
That's the thing.
Yeah, true.
I had to leave my office. I think I left my office and I went home. So I called my wife and look, listen, check on social media. This is what's going on there. And there was no communication. 17 hours, no communication. 20 hours, that's when the permanent secretary was calling me. Said, are you Mr. Anthony Katongo? I said, yeah. Okay, can you report to the provincial administration tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock? He didn't even tell me that.
You've been appointed. Wow.
So I reported there and then they said, oh yeah, you're the district commissioner for Ndola.
Wow. Wow.
So you have to translate from your private business.
Yeah.
And now you have to, following day, you have to go and run a city.
That's crazy.
A town.
So wait, let's get this right. I know you're passionate about change and the community, but you're not asked. So you have no choice.
No. The presidential appointment.
Wow. I'm just imagining how your whole world changes overnight.
Yeah,
and
everything
there's no
changes.
handover.
No.
So you can't even say, give me a week, let me put things in order.
No. Everything changes. There's a driver now driving you. There's a messenger there.
Just like 8 o'clock starts.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Now you have to think, I've got a business I'm running.
Yeah.
And I can't abandon it. Because every time I go to work in public service, public offices, I always have to make sure my business is running. Because I know I have to come back to it.
It has to be there.
Yeah, because I know those are temporary appointments.
True.
Yeah. So now, who's going to run this thing? And being a district commissioner is different from the mayor, because for mayor, you can even say, I can go to the office and I go there, because they need you in the office full time. So you have to start finding so 17 hours, you knock off from there, you rush to your office. What have you done? And find who's going to run the business. Is everything okay?
Interesting.
Yeah, but again, you have to build systems, and the people you're working around you, if they understand that you've got some other responsibility, your secretary has to know what you also do so they can help you manage these two roles.
Yeah.
So that's what happens there.
Wow. And that was my next question, is like, what were the differences in your roles? Because you've stepped into now from councillor, mayor to DC. What was the biggest transition, or apart from the drivers and being someone to do everything?
Yeah.
What were the big, the top three things maybe that were completely different at DC level that you didn't maybe understand or learn at the mayor level?
Okay, so if you maybe let me put it like this way: the mayor. Okay, so the mayor, the chief executive in the council is the town clerk.
Correct.
So the mayor now works like the chairman of the board. So the day-to-day activities of the council are done by the town clerk and the management. But they have to come to the council to seek authority.
Gotcha.
And then the town clerk, the mayor also we have the civic duties of receiving people in town. People pay the courtesy call. He's like a chief. Yeah, people pay courtesy call on him. The people who are looking for developments in the city, they can come through the mayor's office and talk, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
You come to the district commissioner's office, there now you are running the government at district level. You are the head of government.
I see. Okay, got it.
Okay, the police, the community service, civil lands, whatever, all these hospitals, they come to the district commissioner's office.
It's more federal appointment. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Sometimes I even wonder, you find there are times when certain towns, there is even a clash between the mayor's office and
contradiction of agendas.
They want to fight and things like that. But for someone who served in both offices, you do know that the mayor is is elected by the people. So he takes the precedent there in his ceremonial position there. But then the district commissioner now does the work. You are the top civil servant in the district.
Wow. So that's more, would you say that's more involving?
That's quite involving.
Yeah.
There is work, there's structured work, which is, you're not waiting for reports. No, things have to be done.
And project deadlines.
Yeah, there are deadlines. The government has introduced this. government is building. There's a hospital coming up in the city. You have to go and check those projects. There's work there. There's a lot of work.
Wow.
There's a lot of work.
Wow.
Yeah, but for the councillor, it's you are representing the ward, and then you take development to your ward. I remember when I was councillor in that, I think one of the projects we did was to work on the roads and do some street lighting, rehabilitate the community hall. A community hall where when I was young, we used to play in that community hall, and then it was run down. And then I went to the Rotary Club. I talked to the Rotarians. The Rotarians gave me money to rehabilitate that, and the community hall is still running up to now.
Brilliant.
And then there was the issue of security there. We had to build a police post. It's still running there up to now. Yeah, and then the usual day-to-day issues of funerals, because the council has got issues of funerals. You have to attend to those things. People's problems are like your problems.
Yeah, true. And the door has to be open all the time.
Yeah, you do have to open. And the funny part for me, I was staying in Kansenshi, in North Rise, and I was a councillor in Masala.
Oh, my goodness.
So
the commute.
You have to be with the people.
Yeah.
And you also have to create a system within the community there, which if there's a problem, these people attend to it, and then they report to you. And they had a very good system. The guys we're working with worked very well.
Yeah.
And some of them were my friends when I was growing up there, and I left that township, and I came back 20 years later. They accepted me.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And I think the audience don't know this, but I've known you for a long time through my father. And he used to speak very highly of you, particularly when it came to, I think he called it something like compassionate leadership. Is how he framed it. And that capacity, I don't know if it started in the Rotary, but you mentioned Rotary a few times. So maybe just for the audience, what is the Rotary Club and what are they doing these days? I mean, I was a Rotaract, I remember in the early days. So what?
And we went to in Rotary.
We're working on that.
We're waiting for you.
I think we'll talk off the record on that one. So yeah, and I'm very, very, very passionate because it molded me in some ways around this aspect you've been talking about, leadership.
Yeah.
So what is the Rotary, and how did it play a role in the man that you are today, and what is it doing these days, or how would one person say, oh, okay, this is the reason for joining Rotary? Because I know a lot of young guys these days, maybe I've got social media distraction, got a lot of things going on, but they wouldn't know what it is and where to access it. So why would someone maybe join the Rotary today, and what are the things that you think Rotary has benefited you in your journey so far?
Yeah, you see, Rotary is an organization for professional men and women, and also business men and women who come together with a common goal to serve the community. These are people who are in a privileged position by the nature of their work or by their business, but then they see a need in the community and they could say, oh, why don't we fix that? Why don't we fix that? Why don't we do that? So, but in the meantime also, whilst you are doing all those, Rotary trains you for leadership.
Tell us about the 5 steps. What are the 5 pillars?
Yeah, the 4 avenues of service.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. They train you for leadership. As you are in these, there are workshops which are going on there, there are meetings, seminars, international programs which are going on there. And you know, it's being structured, the club is structured in such a way that every day is a learning phase. You are learning something. You are going to attend a workshop in Kitwe. They're talking about how to do, that's last week, there was a one on financial management.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so now Rotary is training people on financial management because we are handling public funds. We raise money from the community to go and do community services. We also, our motherboard in the USA, the Rotary Foundation, they send money to us. So we have to manage these funds properly. There are training going on there.
Interesting.
The Rotary Club also trains you now to execute even projects. How do you go in a community and identify this community has got no water? So how do you do it? Where do you start from? They train you in all that. So it's a very good program. And I'll tell you one thing again. See, when I went to become mayor, and I think the election of mayor was like maybe just for a sec, maybe like today, or maybe like let's say on Sunday, and then today is Tuesday, and Tuesday there's a council meeting. I'm supposed to chair a council meeting. And the town clerk has to come and give you a brief now on what this meeting is all about. You go through the books. And I'm telling the town clerk, what am I going to do there? I haven't been trained in this thing. And then I remember, and I wish she can watch this one. She told me, sir, you're a Rotarian. What you do at the Rotary Club is no different with this. Excellent. And I think you are well trained for this.
Excellent.
That gave me some confidence. I'm going in there. So, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So Rotary, and I find it very sad now when the younger generation are not interested in getting into organizations of this nature, because you learn a lot.
Yeah. Even
fellowship. They talk about fellowship. You can go out with families or friends, have fellowship. Instead of the younger ones having more fellowship in bars and stuff, there's nothing wrong with bars. You can meet in bars, but get into an organized place like a club, which is structured. And then there's also purpose of what it's trying to do.
Intentional meetings.
Yeah.
I love those.
You learn something from there.
True.
So my appeal, even right now, my passionate appeal to the younger managers and business people, get to these service organizations. You learn a lot from there. There's so much you can learn from these, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club. There's so much, the tablers.
Yeah.
In those days, we used to have, what was that? There was, I've forgotten that one. But even right now, business people must go into organization like the Chamber of Commerce. You're running a business. You must belong to the Chamber of Commerce. Why? That's where the programs of businesses are being done. If there's anything which is affecting your business and you take it to the Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce is very easy. They can call any government officer or minister. The thing is sorted out. So that's one appeal which I have, because I can see clubs dying now.
Sure.
You, the younger ones, you don't want to get there.
We're coming. We're coming. Because also, you were, from my research, and I know Dad was president, but you were president also.
I was president of Rotary Club at a very young age.
Yes. So what was that like? And you know, I think there's so many things you just said which are so profound, and I could probably do another show just on dissecting the importance of camaraderie, meeting in these, you know, I won't call it bars toxic, but there's just a different outcome or output that comes out of these things. But you started young, and then I think some of those relationships, my father included, I remember looking up to you guys, and I remember starting internships through people. Dad would introduce me or would leave me with you guys, and I'll be disciplined by you guys, you know. And I found that really, really lacking in some other people. And the example I gave the other day was people are like, "Oh, how was Christmas?" I was like, "Oh, I was at the prison giving out gifts," and that was a Rotary gift.
Yeah, I remember when you were coming back from Australia.
Yeah, so I was like, that's what you do.
The first time you went to prison.
I know, not the last, but you know. And people were like, "Is that how you spend your Christmas?" And but it had such a profound character building contribution to society thing, because it wasn't coming from my father telling me, "You go do this." It came from you. It came from, you know, the uncles or whatever. But it was normal.
Yeah, you will be at the prison on Christmas Day.
It was normal. So
we're going to have prison. We're going to have Christmas
prison. Yeah. So people just couldn't get that. So why have we left that behind? And do you think that's still important to reinforce? Because, like I said, institutions like this do it. But a lot of, I think, the youth have never been exposed. I was lucky by proximity. I was thrown into, this is what we're doing, you know. But it made such a profound impact, and it still guides me today on a lot of ways of why I need to do something for the community. But what would you advise maybe the younger generation who are now fathers at maybe the age you started, as you said? You were president maybe younger than me.
Yeah, I was president very young.
Yeah, how old were you then at that time, roughly?
Because that was before, I think maybe
20s, 30s?
No, 30, late 30s.
Okay, late 30s, right?
Yeah,
So that's
30,
my age group.
Yeah. You see, I'll tell you one thing, Aaron, like I said, in this service organization, when I joined Rotary, I started my business. When I started my business in 1995, I was very young. I think I was about 33 years old when I decided to leave a formal employment to go and start a small business with 2 kids and their wife.
What, recently married as well?
Yeah. Wow. And that was very brave. Sometimes I sit back and say, hey, how did I do that? Because I had a good job.
Yes. So what were you doing before with the first mentor you were telling me about?
Yeah.
What was that job? Yeah.
I was working for, I joined this company, SP Mlenga and Associates. And that's the company I was working for. And I left. This is a man who trained me, Mr. SP Mlenga, and I'm so grateful to him. Like I said at the beginning, whatever I know about real estate comes from him. Yeah, he had so much impact on me. And I think he had time for me. You know, when you have got a boss who would always say, oh, he's in Lusaka and he calls you, what are you doing this weekend? And you can't tell your boss I'm doing this. You just say, no, I'm available. Okay, can you get on this flight? We're going to Johannesburg.
Wow. Wow.
So at an early age, I was exposed on that and I would go into corporate meetings with him. He's doing his business meetings. I would be carrying his bag in there and SP Mlenga, you have to be very sharp with him. When he's doing meeting, you have to be able to follow up. Because he will turn around and ask, what do you think?
And if you're not paying attention, you're out.
So you must be able to say. So, see, I started my business that time. I said, okay, I'm going to go on my own. And I said, okay, for me to be in business, I need to be in a community or be with people with business mind, okay? So what was that? That was when I had to look at the Rotary Club. And at that time, we had all very senior people in Rotary there. Managing directors, business owners were there. And there comes a young man in there. But the good thing with Rotarians, and even up to now, when you join whatever level you are welcome, you are accommodated.
True.
They make you feel at home.
It's true.
They give you responsibilities. They keep training you, expose you to do this, expose you to do that. We are going to go for a conference in America. Are you coming? Let's go. So you are exposed to that. So that gave me some exposure, the Rotarians, and just how they accommodate, especially a new member. Your dad was one of them, and I will give you this story maybe. I don't know if I've shared this with him, but I told your dad many years later before he died, and he was very surprised. I'm running this business, and like any other business, you hit a hard rock, and you're thinking of what's the easy way out of this. And I think we're having a drink at the golf club, and I'm now sharing with your dad, this business, this kind of things are not moving, and me, I'm closing up this business. I'm just getting back to get a job. And at that time, there was some international organizations which came to do real estate in this country. And then I thought, I'll just get a job from those guys. In any case, they were asking me at that time to do work for them on the copper board. I just joined them. Your father was very upset with me. You've done all this, and then you're thinking of leaving. Why you want to leave? From Dana, I've got too much debt. And he says, how much debt do you have? And I can't remember, but I think I mentioned something like 20 million kwacha at that time. And he says, is that the kind of money you're worrying about? Do you know how much I owe people? Do you know how much that guy owes people? How much that guy go the bank?
Wow.
This is nothing.
That's an
So he encouraged me. As a very young person, he encouraged me. And I'm like, I left that meeting feeling that I can make it.
Wow.
I can make it. And true to his words, was like, I think a week later, he called me to his office at Mitchell Courts there, and he was giving me some work to do. He says, I talked to a friend of mine in Kitwe, he's selling some property. I want you to handle this thing for him.
Perfect.
So you can imagine how the Rotarians look after each other.
Amazing.
Yeah, just
That's
like
so
that.
rare.
Yeah. And that encouraged me, because if I had gone to somebody who had no that encouragement, would have been say, much you can get a job somewhere.
Imagine where you'll be today.
Yeah. But man says, no, you can't do that.
I don't know that story. It's the first time I've heard it.
No. I told your father many years later, and he was like, he remembered it. He says, so that's what happened.
That's great.
We laughed over it, yeah.
Wow. I really think that should come back. And for that reason, I'll put it on TV. I'm joining the Rotary. But
I'm going to tell my president right now.
wait for that.
No, tomorrow you'll be my guest.
I'll be there. No, for sure. For sure. No, sign me up. But I feel like I'm just talking from our generation, late 30s, mid 40s.
Yeah, we need that.
We're not having that dial. There's a huge gap. And it's almost like each man for himself.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, even Dad used to say, your network is your net worth.
Net worth, yeah.
I could have a project today. Maybe not for my business, but I'm not thinking of my friend and bringing them in, like you're saying with Dad's referral, which is an amazing story. And I really feel we need that back.
The world runs on us. At Metro, we understand that life doesn't stop for anyone. That's why we provide quality fuel needed to keep your day running. With our convenient locations and reliable service, you can trust us to keep you moving. So come to Metro Filling Station and let us run your world.
What advice would you give us young guys also trying to make it? Because I think we're chasing the projects, we're chasing the tenders, but we're underutilizing our relationships, and we don't have a platform as well as maybe structured as, maybe I'm biased because I've been exposed to Rotary and others. But I
think you need is a teamwork.
Yes.
You guys need to work as a team, don't work in isolation. If you're sitting, we are 5 of us, 6 of us on this table, we can put in so many ideas. I'll be thinking, I know what I'm doing. But when I bring it on the table, you might even be able to polish it better.
Right.
And this one can put this and work as teams. Because I know what is happening right now. People are just like, whoa, he's doing his own thing, Maybe builds a house here, and that becomes like, I'm successful and things. But if you build a house, you can even build many houses instead of even just doing one.
True.
Or even do one contract or one tender, and you think it's maybe I've made 100,000 kwacha or whatever. But if you work it in a well structured, you can even do better.
I agreed.
We are. I don't think we have even businesses where we have strong partnerships going on right now. I don't think we have those businesses now. Because in those days, people used to come together and they say, they have bought that industry, they are working on this. Even the common thing on our Asian community, they work together. Even the African communities like the Somalians, they work together. They know how to move even the money. Yeah.
Congolese also, to some extent.
They know how to move the money. But in Zambia, we are so much comfortable with small things. You've just done a small thing and you feel like you have achieved and you're sitting on the comfort zone. Not knowing that what you have achieved is just nothing but just the beginning. And you can even do much more. Don't sit back and say, maybe I've got a beautiful car, I've got a beautiful house, and I've got that flat which I'm renting out there, I can receive some rentals, and you think you have sealed it. No. Take that, this is a beginning. I've achieved this, but I can do better.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where do you think upbringing plays a part in that? I've got a few final questions, but I'm really trying to hit home with the audience who may come to see, you as a successful person and think you're an overnight person. But do you feel like our generation is lacking the mentorship like you had, exposure? What is it that's making us be this individualistic, and how can we remedy that moving forward? Because it's our kids I'm also thinking about now. We are now the fathers and mothers.
Yeah. Talking about children, I was at a conference in Malawi, and this Asian guy comes up and he says, my father came into Malawi as a laborer. Mm-hmm. And from there, he started a small business to do trucks. Mm-hmm. And then from there, the Malawian government stopped said, no, this trucking business must come from the locals. But because he was involved in that moving of building material, he decided to go into real estate. Today, he's one of the richest men in Malawi.
Wow.
And his 4 children are working for his business, and they're doing very well. But he said, my biggest worry is my children's children, who do not know how we have suffered.
Oh, to get here.
Yeah, so my fear that these children are going to go back to where my father started.
I hear that.
Yeah, so talking about mentorship, I think mentorship is also very important. It's very, very important. In whatever we do, we need to talk to somebody. Feel free to talk to somebody. Confide yourself in what you're trying to do with somebody whom you can trust. Because mentorship is a very difficult thing, because you can look at somebody, you go and share with somebody your problem, that person now broadcast it all over. Badia, that's why the problem comes in terms of mentorship.
True.
But I think it's a question of identifying whom you can trust. Because why is it important? There are certain things which you have gone through, and I'm looking at maybe a child coming up, or a boy or a girl coming up. I would even know where, if it doesn't change, maybe where he can go, because you've been through it. So you need mentorship in business and mentorship even in life.
Agreed.
It's very, very important.
Agreed. And maybe a final last question on the private side. How important has having a life partner been for you, and how has that molded you and your decisions? Because people just see success as the money part like we talked about. You know my story, we won't get into it today, but how important has your significant other been in your success?
Talking about the life partner, I told you I started business at a very early age.
Yes.
Okay, with kids. And you see, you need to sit down with your wife that I'm trying to do this. Okay? So when I said I'm going to do business, we had to sit down with my wife to say, look, how are we going to manage? My wife had a job in the bank. And in those days, they were able to get medical. They were able to get even what's this you call the student school things.
Tuition.
Tuition, they would pay for them. And small benefits were there. So I said, okay, with your salary, medical, and school fees taken care of, I'll take care of maybe paying for the rent. We didn't have any house at that time.
Ground zero.
Yeah, zero.
Wow.
So my wife has been very supportive in the business. So from that time, we were sure that there was a salary which was coming up from my wife. And we knew that even if I'm sick, I'm going to go to the hospital. And I knew that my children were going to go to school. And I was struggling to get the business set up. I would pay my rentals. And run maybe the vehicle and things like that. But it's very, very important to have a very supportive wife, and you can succeed in it. I'm so proud of my wife for whatever we've gone through. Today, she's running her own business, and she's also involved in all the businesses I do. She runs the finances in there. We on the HomeLink apartments, HomeLink property, whenever, even if we are doing a project, we say we are starting a construction, because we sometimes build houses and then we sell them. Sometimes we build houses and you keep them and rent them out. So my wife has been very, very supportive, and I think for the younger generation, once God gives you the right person, because this again is God's grace, which we don't know which person we are meeting, but if we can give you that and decide to work together, I think it's good. So I'm very grateful for that. I had a wife who was supportive from the age, and up to now, supportive to even to my family. Yeah.
That's reality.
And you see, we had, when we were married, we had so many people to look after. She's the firstborn in our family, and we had so many people coming to stay with us. We made sure that they all went through to school.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for my wife, and up to now we are doing well with her.
Wow, no, that's a really powerful thing. I thought I'd just bring that in, because I think a lot of us sometimes think it's a solo effort.
No.
When you're down, or things are just always going up, you know. No, that's really powerful. So just a couple of final questions. What are you excited about these days? I mean, you've walked the walk, you've gone from community politics now into multiple businesses, and a very prominent person in the Ndola community for sure, and someone I look up to and admire as a father figure. But what are the things you're now excited about that you're working on at this stage of your life? I remember there was also a wedding you had, I missed, but some people are getting married and leaving the house, right? So you're now in a new phase.
My house is empty now.
Right? So what are the current projects maybe people can engage you with or support you on, and how do they reach you?
We are also active in real estate. That's the honor of all this. We can't abandon real estate, and I love real estate. I love selling property. I love managing property, and every time I'm walking around the city or anywhere I travel around the world, I just get interested in property, houses, especially houses. Sometimes I go around taking pictures. My son is working in Johannesburg. And I take him and say, let's go and look at property. There's a concept we're now going to work on in real estate, is to develop the housing estate of a medium cost housing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen what the Dollar Hue at on Freya Road.
Yeah.
What they have done, where they've built those houses and selling them, we are developing that concept also.
Great.
And I think our prices will be very good. So we've got the land already, and it's just the paperwork which we have to work on. So we're going to build the houses, but the model will be a little bit different. We'll be able to advertise it when we are ready with that. Okay. So we'll be able to do at a certain stage and then offload it, certain stage and offload it.
It's exciting.
So that's what's keeping us busy. Like I said, the offices, I've been in one office since 1995 at Collet House.
Wow, which I'm yet to visit.
Since 1995, I've been in that office. So every time when I go to work in government, I lock it actually.
Okay,
yeah.
But you never leave it. It's there.
No, it's there.
It's your identity.
I lock my personal office. The other rooms they can use.
Yeah.
But that office of mine, I lock it from 1995.
Wow. So we're sure to find you there.
Yeah, Collet House, second floor, 205. Been there. Yeah.
Nice,
I've kept my phone number from, there used to be this number, before they brought the cell phone, they started with 6. So my number was 620-500. That was the office number. So when they brought in the cell phones, we added the 0955 for Zamtel. Yes. 0973 for Airtel.
Okay.
620-500. I've kept that number.
Fantastic. Yeah. You should sell that to me when the time comes.
I sell the number.
No, that's brilliant. No, I'm really, really honored. And maybe a final question for you that I ask all my audience is, what would your younger self, or what would this older self of you share with your younger self as advice? Is there anything in your journey that you would change, or at least some nuggets or lessons that you'd say, you know, keep true to these things that have been true for you in your journey so far?
I think it's to be focused.
Okay.
And God-fearing. You really need to put God in your life and in whatever you're trying to do. And be able to be part of the community. I'm getting back to where we're coming from, whether you're going to be at church, whether you're going to be in the community, be present, be with the people. If you are an accountant, work with the fellow accountants. If you're an engineer, work with the fellow engineers. So what we need, even as a city here, we need some platform where people can meet. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, where people can meet and share ideas. We can do a lot to this city.
Potentials.
Yeah, we can do a lot. And we can also develop. This country has got a lot of potential. It's a very young country. You've been around the world. You have seen how some other places are old. We are new here.
Very new.
Very new.
Very
We can try and you can even demolish all this and build up new ones. We have got that potential.
True.
And we've got the money.
True.
This country is rich. So the only thing we have to do, how do we tap into these natural resources and let them start making sense to us? Let us not always be thinking about foreign investor. Maybe the younger generation, remove this foreign investor mentality and start thinking you are the ones who are going to develop this place.
We are the investors.
You are the investors. You may start small in whatever way, but you are going to make it. Because if I'm going to sit back and I'm thinking about somebody who will come in with his briefcase and say, yeah, Mr. Katongo, I've come for a business, now you're going to do this, you're going to do that. That's his idea. And once he has made his money, he'll pack up and go. We want to have local millionaires. And this is the younger generation which must be able to own this. If I had my way, I would remove the word foreign investors and say, if we are going to suffer as a country, let us suffer, but we are going to develop.
Yeah. I think China did that in the 60s. They just said no more.
No more.
And
we are going to develop with what we have.
True.
It's going to be tough,
True.
but we are going to develop. Because this idea of someone coming, the investors come to run the mines. Look, how long have we had the mines? The only proper investors were the people the first investors who came in, who built towns. After they had left, the other people just come to dig a hole and they leave.
True.
What infrastructures are there?
Bring the skills from outside as well and live with them as well.
They live.
True. Very true.
How many? Let's go and talk about in these townships of the mine township. What infrastructure development are there? Nothing. So it is us, Zambians, the younger generation, who must be able to go out there and find ways and means of developing. It's going to be tough, but it's going to happen. That's my take on this one. Because I come to believe foreign investors, the government has tried to do everything possible to attract them so that they can come and do better for us. But they come in, they pretend to come in, but what do they do? Not much. Because they sit in their boardroom in London or New York or Paris or wherever, trying to find out, if you go there, what are we going to get there?
What's the cost to us? Yeah. True.
They're not coming here to develop. They want to get the money and take it there.
I read somewhere like diplomacy is you give one and take 10. You know, so that ratio doesn't work out.
So for you, the younger ones, please let's believe in ourselves. When Dr. Kaunda became the president, there were very few graduates. How many graduates do you have now?
I tell you, I think you guys built
We
the
are
country.
qualified. We have got all qualified people in all fields.
I hear you. I hear you. I think we'll have a workshop on that off the record on now implementation on that. Because like you said, the talent is here.
The talent is here. And challenge yourselves. Don't be nice. You must face it and say, we are not doing it. Bring young ones here to, you see, we are very good at debating politics in this country. We can debate politics the whole day. Now, bring younger ones to argue on development. How do we do? What can we do?
What's on the ground?
Bring them on this here.
That's good.
Because here we will tell you how this politician is bad, this one is good, we are very good. But if we come here and say, how can we develop? There will be very people to come and talk. So bring those people in, start a program to just talk about development. Guys, 10, come and let's sit. This is our city. What do we need? Because today you can even have AI to even design how this city will look like.
Yeah,
they can give you everything, the blueprint.
True. True, with step by steps.
Yes, and then you'll be looking, this is how this city will be looking. Oh yeah, okay, let's do it. It's all there. But we have to believe in ourselves, Mr. Mashano. It's us, you, the younger generation, who are going to change this country, not the foreign investor. I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree. Now, on that note, we're going to invite you back on the show. Mr. Katongo, thank you very, very much. I think the biggest takeaways for me is having more patriotic attitudes towards us being the solution as much as the problems that we're causing. And I think we need to get you guys around, more of the young guys. I'll set it up and invite you guys and the Rotarians, or maybe bring them to the Rotary, I don't know. But we have to find a way to start, and I think it starts with us. So I'm very inspired.
You were doing motivational talks in Australia.
Yes.
You can motivate people even here.
You think so?
Yeah, you can. This thing, I'm challenging you now.
I know.
Bring people now to talk about business development.
Business development.
Yeah.
No,
what opportunities, and document these things. What opportunities are there?
Yeah.
What can we forget about? And the biggest problem sometimes we have when we're trying to get a business is we worry about where's the money going to come from. That's not a problem.
No.
Money should be the last thing to think about. It's the idea. Do you have the idea? How do you implement it? Money will come. That will be the last thing to come through.
True.
But if I'm starting a project to say, I want to maybe start making these cups, I start thinking, where is the money? There will be no money, and I will fail.
And you stop before you start. No, you're absolutely right. Well, we will make a plan. Mr. Katongo, thank you very, very much.
It's
I
been
really
a pleasure.
appreciate having you here.
Good.
And I look forward to more off-the-record conversations off the record.
Yeah, we need to.
No, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for spending time with us. And I hope you got some insights from a man that has walked many, many paths, many, many titles. But obviously, hopefully, you got to hear more about the person behind the title. And we're looking forward to having him on the show, and hopefully more of you can join some of the organizations that he's part of. So over to you. Thank you very much.